Say that it feels right.
Hey guys, welcome back for another Clash Royale video. So in today's video we will be taking a look at some last season's top ladder balloon freeze gameplay shared by Piam Lift Balloon. And here is the deck. This is pretty sure you guys have seen this deck already, because yeah, it's been around in the meta for like a couple months, maybe even years. I believe it's years. There's another variation where you have Graveyard instead of Balloon and Valk instead of Lumberjack. That variation works too, but it's a completely different deck, so I won't talk much about it. And here is the deck, as you can see. By the way, Bowler is I'm sorry, Bowler is boosted this month, so you might consider to play this deck. And yeah, let's just hop right into the replays, shall we? Shared by Piam. So first game against Marc. Okay, Piam is on the top of the screen. By the way, Marc is a top 8 finalist of CRL. I believe it's in March or maybe April. I'm not too sure. And yeah, let's see how. But Marc is known for his lava miner gameplay. Yeah, known for his lava miner. So let's see how Piam deals with Marc's lava miner. Plays a barrel for Marc's miner. Okay, both players are just waiting for the others to make a move. Okay, now Marc plays a Night Witch, and Piam goes with a Bowler behind the King Tower. And Inferno D is played. Piam mirrored it with his own Inferno D. Okay, Piam is gonna freeze Marc's Inferno D and force out a Valkyrie to respond to the Bowler, or else the Bowler would have got 2 shots. Maybe even 3. A barrel to kite the Inferno D, but unfortunately misses for Marc. And now a balloon and a baby D onto Marc's tower. Unfortunately for Marc, the balloon isn't targeted by the baby D or the tower. And Piam got a balloon shot, which is very huge. So now Piam has a slight lead, a big lead over Marc. 900 damage. Marc decides to go in with Lava Hound back, and Piam decides to pressure with a Lumberjack. Force out the Valkyrie once again. And a Bowler for the Valkyrie, and Inferno D cycle at the back. A Bob Barrel for the Inferno D to buy some time. And now Miner plus Fireball for the Inferno D to reset the Lava Hound. And a NATO Freeze by Piam to defend everything behind the Lava Hound. Okay, the Inferno D is still surviving. A second Inferno D comes down to burn the baby D to incinerate. And now a barrel. I'm not too sure what barrel that is, what that barrel is for. And a Fireball plus Inferno D for the balloon. Unfortunately for Marc, freeze comes down and the balloon gets a second shot. Gets another shot, and now the Inferno D is still sizzling on the tower. Yeah, it's not looking very good for Marc right now, because the tower only has 474 HP left. He decides to go in opposite lane, but I don't think that was a good play. he was trying to do something. He was trying to make something happen, but yeah, balloon freeze. Another balloon freeze push would seal the deal. A freeze comes down for Marc's miner as well as the pops, and the balloon gets the job done. So yeah, very nice game against Marc. Okay, it's against the very annoying Goblin Drill deck. Yeah, surprise, surprise! It's top ladder. How can it be top ladder without Goblin Drill? So Goblin Drill, Baby D in the spawns, NATO to pull one of the goblins to activate King, which is a very nice play. Barbarrow has to come down to prevent more damage. Okay, hard counter plays a Valkyrie to tank for the Bob and the Baby D. Infinity D comes down. By the way, Balloon Freeze, I think it's a rather good deck against Goblin Drill because you have a lot of spash. I mean, it's just my opinion. Not too sure what the actual matchup is. So yeah, Lumberjack is responded with a Valkyrie. And now the bowler should get a the bowler should get a very good counter push out of that. Okay, the bowler still has half of his health. Now freeze comes down for the bomber. Tesla is played as well as the fireball. Okay, very nice defense by hard counter. I mean, it's not that hard to defend against a bowler and a balloon, I guess, for them. So yeah, both players are just waiting at this point. They're going to look for their chances in double elixir. And now a bowler in response for the Goblin Drill once again. A Barb Arrow comes down for the Goblins. Tesla. And Tesla is such a good card. It's OP, man. It's really good. And it's been really good for us for a very long time already. And now Goblin Drill has to come down because there isn't any cards left. Hard counter could have played Fireball to prevent the damage, but I guess he wasn't too comfortable with it. Now Inferno D for the Valk. It's gonna get burned, and a Lumberjack comes down after the Fireball. Now bowler cycle at the weak tower so that hard counter has to go in on the strong side of the tower. A balloon comes down once again, man. That balloon, I'm not even sure what that balloon is. Yeah, I know it's for the Goblin Drill to pop it like quicker, but it's such a swag play. And now a Lumberjack comes down, but yeah, the bowler's gonna clean up the goblins. And a late bomber, and a freeze comes down for the it predicted a skeleton. Oh, unfortunately the fire spirit actually killed the Lumberjack, or else the Lumberjack would have taken the tower for sure. Maybe somewhere between 100 and 200 health remaining. Okay, the opponent decides to go in on the opposite lane when Piam played a balloon. So a Lumberjack for the Goblin Drill. Yeah, and barrel for the bomber, basically. So yeah, it's very hard for the opponent to go in to make a push. So again, once again, the fire spirit saves the day on the left lane, and now the opponent goes in with a drill once again. Nado and the Baby D. Well, the bomber actually got a shot, but that doesn't matter because the bowler and the Lumberjack actually got a lot of value on the right lane. And Tesla has to come down, and Inferno D cycle at that once again at the weak tower. Man, Piam is just display of patience, man. You just look at him. There's only 900 health left. If I were Piam, I would just go in like immediately for the kill. But yeah, he's Piam. He's top ladder, so that's why we're at only 6k, and he's at 8k. And the balloon comes down once again for the Goblin Drill. So bowler comes down for the second drill, and the Infinity is helping out to incinerate it. Okay, the opponent's actually bringing the tower health pretty close to the tower of his own. Okay, the Lumberjack actually caught the drill, so there's 30 seconds left. And now there's a lot of troop for Piam on the field. Now a second balloon comes now. See if the opponent can defend it. The Lumberjack's targeted by the Tesla, so that yeah, that's I mean that's just. I mean, what can I say? I totally missed everything on the right hand side. I'm very sorry about that. So the balloon on the right actually took down the tower. Even if the opponent somehow defended the right lane, the left lane balloon would still have got the tower, and yeah, that's what I meant to say. And let's just jump right into the next one. Okay, so Piam is on the top of the screen once again, and he's up against Itachi. Itachi will be playing Bridge Spam, the classic. So yeah, let's see how Piam deals with that. Piam, keep in mind that Piam only has 3 ground cards considering the Bob Barrel. But he does have the Nado, so he could activate King with the Nado on a lot of stuff. He might do it now. Yeah, I think he will do it. Cycles a Baby D and then Nado goes to the King. Exactly. And now the Baby D is tanked by Battle Ram. And the bowler has to come down. And the Pekka to preserve the health of the Magic Archer. The freeze comes down from Piam, and the Bob and the bowler as well as the tower will finish off the Pekka. Hopefully. Yep. But Itachi has a slight elixir lead right now. 4 elixir. Goes in with a bandit at the back. Now Piam plays a Baby D to try to get some health off the bandit. Bandit actually dashed onto the tower, so that's really good. And Itachi defended the Baby D with an E-Wiz cycle at the back. So a balloon to tank for the E-Wiz, because knowing that Itachi doesn't have a lot of spell cards, I mean a lot of air targeting cards, he has to play Magic Archer as well as a Zap to prevent the balloon from coming in, from connecting. And now a Lumberjack comes down, a roll goes in response. And yeah, Itachi decides to go in with Pekka at the back, and a Bob Barrel to kite the ghost. Okay, the barrel actually was pretty sick, I'd say. I mean, Bob is on rage and he kited the Royal Ghost and it got a shot. And now an Inferno D for the right lane, Nado for the Magic Archer. Baby D will solo on the Battle Ram. Now freeze comes down once again. So against Pekka, Piam will just go and freeze every single time, I believe. Now Ghost comes down, Lumberjack for the Ghost. And now the opponent goes with Pekka once again. So as you can see, the opponent is justifying his play very nicely. I mean, the opponent's playing really good, relying on the fact that Piam doesn't have a lot of ground cards in their hand. Now a Nado for the Pekka, and then the bowler for the Battle Ram on the right hand side. I forgot to say that for some reason. So Lumberjack comes down for the Ghost, and then a balloon. So okay, the tower is actually targeting onto the. Ooh, the fireball actually missed, and yeah, I believe that's GG. Piam knows it, the opponent knows it as well. The opponent can't help but laugh. So yeah, there's only 154 HP left. So yeah, that's like what, 2 Nado and 1 freeze. But of course, the opponent will still try. This is top ladder. They always do that. They just don't give up for some reason. So Baby D and a barrel for the Ghost. And now Nado cycle, I believe. No, the Nado for Bandit. Okay, I'm surprised that Piam doesn't go in for the kill. But instead he tries to defend everything. Now Lumberjack for the Battle Ram and a freeze for the Pekka once again. So what I noticed is against Pekka you always want to freeze if there's a lot of support troops at the back, so that your splash cards could do a lot of work against them. And now a Bandit and a Ghost comes down on the right lane. Lumberjack in response and a bowler for the Battle Ram as well as the 2 air targeting troops. And now here another balloon. Freeze comes down once again. I mean, yeah, the E-Wiz won't be enough. I think the balloon death damage is in. And yeah, that's GG. Man, had the fireball didn't miss, I believe Itachi would have won. Because I think Bridge Spam is really hard to defend against. Well, likewise for them, it's really hard to defend against Balloon Freeze. So curious to see how Piam will deal with this matchup. So Piam, I think for the whole video, Piam is on the top of the screen. Correct me if I'm wrong. So for some reason, Piam is on the screen, on the top of the screen every single time in every battle. Maybe that's on purpose. Okay, a Barb, Barrow, and a Heal Spirit. So a Barb Barrow in response. Now the opponent cycles a Bandit at the back. Baby D comes down. Okay, a Magic Archer at the back. And a Lumberjack for the Bandits. So Nado to kill the Magic Archer. Heal Spirit to pull. Tank a bit. The Baby D actually got 3 shots and the Rogos got 2 shots. Bowler comes down for the Battle Ram. Okay, the opponent will play a cannon card for the Bowler, as well as a Bandit. Okay, this is a pretty sizable counter push. So a barrel for the Bandit, and now the Ewe is actually targeted onto the Inferno D, so that was pretty unfortunate. And now Baby D will kill the Ewes and then Nado for Royal Ghost. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Piam doesn't have too much troops for the Bridge Spam troops, which is ground based, so he will definitely suffer a lot of damage on both sides of the tower. And yeah, just like that, the opponent has a very big lead over Piam. Now Freeze has to come down for the Bandit as well as the Barb Barrel. Well, the Bandit would have dashed onto the tower. Okay, one good thing is the opponent doesn't have that much air counters to the Balloon and Freeze the combo. Combination of Freeze and Balloon. So Nado once again is played to pull in the Magic Archer. Magic Archer could get annoying sometimes. Yeah, now both players are repeating the same thing. Bandit and then Ghost at the back. Barb Barrel for the Bandit. So a cannon card once again. Battle Ram is played. Okay, Lumberjack for Battle Ram as well as the Ghost. So yeah, the tower would be on Rage, and Nado once again to pull in the Magic Archer. Bowler for the Bandit. So the opponent is not letting Piam to build up a Balloon Freeze push, which I think Lumberjack is a big part of it. If the opponent wants, if Piam wants to win. Now if both Dragons cycle at the back, a Royal Ghost for the Lumberjack, and then a Barrel and a Freeze for the Ewes. So the opponent plays a Barrel and Heal Spirit himself, and actually preserve the health of Ewes, but Piam plays a Nado. The opponent responds to everything with a Magic Archer, and now applying pressure with a Ghost as well as a Battle Ram. So, well, on hindsight, Piam would have lost if it didn't freeze. Okay, it's actually pretty close. 318 HP left. Okay, luckily the cannon card is pulled towards the Bowler, and Baby D for the Magic Archer. And now a Lumberjack and a Balloon push is coming in. A Barrel for the Barbarian. Barbarian actually got a shot. 87 HP left on the tower. The Bandit doesn't get a shot. Freeze comes down, and the Magic Archer isn't enough for the Balloon. And what a game by Piam! Wow, look at the tower. 87 HP and 262. Man, that was a intense game. I'm glad I chose the Bridge Spam. So yeah, once again I would like to thank Piam for coming onto the channel. He actually reached, I believe he actually reached 8K last season. There was like 3 days left, I believe, and I hit him up and he said okay, he's okay to share some replays with me, but towards the end of the season it actually dropped a bit, so yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. I believe he'll get it back on this season or in the future season. So yeah, that's what I want to say. And he does have a Twitter, so don't forget to follow him on Twitter. And yeah, once again, shout out to Piam for coming onto the channel, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.